Tonight on a very special episode of One More Match.
Hello, breeders, new breeders, old breeders, all of the breeders. Welcome back to One More Match, the channel where we review WWE ECW, but also this time we are taking a trip to one of the big four. We are now doing Survivor Series 2006.
We are I guess I'll switch to the two of us now. Or no, I'll just switch to me, why not? We are heading to war. This is war. We are representing ECW, but the two pricks who, so everyone's going to war with guns and fucking, nukes. We're going to war with, toy guns.
I've got barbecue and some, sausages, just... as rappers, it's all in one, and it just, folds out. Hey guys,
you're we're on the beaches in Normandy. Everyone's storming the beach. We're just standing there. You fucking.
Yeah, I've just fucking got the barbecue out. Yeah.
A German soldier just I'm gonna kill you, and then you're like, would you like a sausage?
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst, maybe.
Kill you now, maybe. Sausage, maybe.
Yeah, it's Survivor Series 2006. It takes place on the November 26th, 2006. It's in the Wachovia Center in one of the big four. He's lagged out. Hello. There we are. We're back. It's one of the big four. Obviously, the Rumble, Mania, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. The big four. And Survivor Series' main gimmick is you have the 5v5 elimination tag matches, which definitely have their place. I kind of miss them now that they've gone away, but by the time that they were, by the time that they left, it was a fucking absolute delight in seeing that they're gone. So, it's one of those things, right?
And, there's technically a big five now, because they're considering Money in the Bank a big pay-per-view. But, saying Money in the Bank's a big pay-per-view is like saying fucking NXT Battlegrounds is a big pay-per-view. Money in the Bank is a great pay-per-view, but it's not a big four.
The concept's been a bit thrashed around for the last couple of years. We're up to 15 years of Money in the Bank.
No, we're up to 20.
Are we really up to 20?
If we're
it's 2006, so it's roughly
No, it's 2005. The first one was in 2005. It's 20 years next year.
Oh, alright, I was going to say, it's 2024? Motherfucker. What are you talking? He's speeding up time.
Yeah,
you're living in 2025.
But if you're including just the annual pay-per-view that took place, it's been 14 years. So yeah, it will be 15 years next year.
And the amount of shit Money in the Banks that have happened. Well, the one where Brock Lesnar wins, and it's at least he was funny when he was doing the fucking boombox. That was fucking gold. When he was dancing around with it and then didn't understand the rules. That was great fun. But yeah, Survivor Series. It's probably one of my favorite ones. It's basically the Rumble and Survivor Series used to be my two favorite pay-per-views a year. Obviously, I didn't fucking watch it. I didn't watch any of them because I was poor. We're not fucking paying for wrestling on pay-per-view. That's too expensive. But when I got the chance. Mate, I remember one time I was going to say I tape traded. A mate lended me WrestleMania 27.
Oh,
it's a fucking slog. It's a fucking slog. Because, when you're watching it on Sky TV, watching it on Sky One, I had my Saturday morning routine. You wake up, you watch Superstars at 9, you watch SmackDown at 10 till 12. Great time. Fucking fantastic. Tyler X versus Kurt Hawkins. Number 73. Yeah.
Or Gabby Tuffy, as she's now known as.
Gabby Tuft. Yeah, my bad. That was a wrestler name. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's not. It's all bad.
It
still happened.
If you're gonna say, oh, you're based in the comment section down below because we fucking dead named a wrestler, we're using
dead named a wrestler's fake name.
We'll have to, whenever if we ever talk about any trans wrestlers that have now changed gender, we are going to be using their past pronouns from that time they were a wrestler. We're not actually going to fucking be so here's their actual dead name, even though Gabby Tuff is apparently an anti-vaxxer. So
Yeah, the one thing that buckled me is Gabby Tuft came out as like, "Oh, I'm trans," and I was like, "Oh my god, so happy for you." And then she turned out to be deranged as fuck. And it's like, oh,
no, I know this might sound weird, but you know what's actually funny to me? She's okay with getting her like penis, fucking made into a vagina, but she draws the line at needles. Surely, like,
I mean, it's not necessarily the most public of fucking bottom surgery. Come on now.
yeah,
We don't know the details. You can be a trans woman with a penis.
I mean, let's check.
That's not something that we need to fucking discuss. It's their own business.
I mean,
I get where the joke is, of course, but like, it's still fucking,
Yeah.
It's a weird one. That's my point. It's a fucking weird one to bring up. So fuck you. That's what. Point being, they are deranged, so we are fine. Where was I even going with this?
Tyler X and Superstars. You were on the Superstars.
Oh yeah, and then you get SmackDown, and SmackDown you get like fucking half an hour of like build for Raw, and like all the recap of all the big shows. The amount of times you'd see fucking like I'm like the amount of time I saw the fucking Batista I Quit promo, where he's all battered and he comes out on Raw. And like the amount of times I've seen like the Miz promo, I was like, oh, it's fucking the amount of recaps that fucking they showed on that shit. It was absurd. Point being, Survivor Series is good. I like the 5v5 tag match. I'm like I said, I'm still sad to see it gone, but also it was tired as fuck by the end.
I mean, when did it retire? 2021. I'm gonna make the guess. One.
Roughly.
So that would be roughly 1986. 1996 is 10 years. 2006 is 30. No, it's 20 years. 2016 is 30 years. 2020.
Brand new Survivor Series War Game since 2022.
It's about 37 years. I'm making the rough guess of 5v5 matches. I think there was a 1v5 match from at least 1986 to 2021. About 36 years. I want to say, and it's like, oh no.
It was a long time.
Yeah, it's not.
And like, look, you have to give these segments a break. Like some of the matches, like I wouldn't even be mad if they dump Money in the Bank, and they just put King in the Ring of it in its place.
In Jeddah,
just because Money in the Bank's. Just because Money in the Bank at this point is so fucking frazzled. Like, who won the last Money in the Bank?
Damian Priest and I don't
okay, fair play. That cash-in was actually baller, even though I really didn't like it.
I don't know the women.
As a fan,
I think the women's one was Io Sky.
Yeah.
Even though, like, because everyone, like, well, everyone, as in Ash and Slater, like, I remember WrestleMania Night 2 in Ash's house. And like his brothers are trying to sleep, and then fucking Damian Priest goes, or not Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre goes, I've got the belt, Punk. I've got the belt, and then Punk's like, fuck you, and basically clobbers the shit out of him. And then it's like, all rise for the Judgment Day. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Drew, fuck you, you cunt, fuck you, get fucking fucked. Now you know how Jungle Boy feels. Now you know. And then Ash is like, my hero, he's lost. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you, fucking just in my chat. And
time to roll over and cry.
Yeah, it's like the duality of man, just me fucking in my inner monologue. My voice is going, yeah, now you know Jungle Boy feels, and then just looking over at Ash, and he's just like, yeah, and they're going, yeah, they fucking ruined Drew McIntyre, fucking screwed again. They always screw him over. I fucking hate wrestling. But I will be watching AEW next week. So, and there's a GCW pay-per-view. So I fucking hate wrestling, but I will be watching. And then, like, my favourite one is a Clash of the Castle. Or, like, I knew Punk was going to interfere, because there's no way you don't do it in Glasgow. Glasgow. There's no way you do it there. Like, you don't have him win. It's the greatest heel thing to do. And obviously, he comes out, obviously he goes 1, 2, and then goes like that. And obviously then Slater's like, okay, see ya, bye. 5 minutes later, I'm back. my favourite two Drew McIntyre moments, all because of Slater. Just fucking like, yep.
I still want him to come out to Broken Dreams.
He should. He should.
It is a fucking goated theme.
I dream
But yeah,
broken.
let's fucking get on with the show. It's a heat wave in the UK currently. It's like 28 degrees. I'm absolutely spewing. You can even see me. I'm even sweating now. Like fucking. That's how fucked this shit is. So yeah, let's get into the fucking show. The dark match, because Carlito can't get on the show still, is Carlito versus Charlie Haas. He beats him in 5 minutes. Poor bastard, what's he done to be stuck on the pre-show? Like,
Carlito.
yeah.
I mean,
You're telling me he couldn't have like helped out the legends for no reason?
because they want to build the Legends team as legends. You don't want to have Legends and Carlito.
Yeah, but just have him run in was like just have someone get taken out, and you have Carlito being like, "Oh shit," I'll help, and then he helps win.
I mean, I would have loved that.
Or in literally any other match, like.
I would have loved it. But
You're telling me you couldn't have been in Team Cena versus Team Big Show?
no, you need ECW there. Because we're building
Right.
December to Dismember. But
Yeah,
fucking, what was I going to say? Yeah, I love the fucking like I love how it's like Vince McMahon sat in a room. Like, I'll just basically use my phone as an example. Vince is sat in the room and it's like Ric Flair. Alright, no, it's like Dusty Rhodes, Carlito, Dusty Rhodes, Carlito, Dusty Rhodes, Carlito, Sergeant Slaughter, Carlito, Sergeant Slaughter.
yeah, but he notoriously hated Dusty Rhodes.
No, apparently, from what I've heard, originally the plan was for Hulkamania to actually be Dusty Rhodes Mania. Like, he wanted Dusty Rhodes to be the territory champ. Like, he wanted
No.
him to carry WWF. And then obviously Dusty went, "I can't, baby." And he went, "Hulk Hogan, I love you, mate. I'll suck your cock." And Hogan went, "That doesn't work for me, brother, but I will win the belt." And then we have that, and that's why I think that's why Dusty was punished when he first came to WWE, because it's like, "I wanted to make you world champion, you cunt." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, put the polka dots on. Put the fucking polka dots on."
Yeah.
Your son, Cody Rhodes, when he's born, he's going to be in a fucking costume. And we're going to call him Stardust. I fucking tell you what. Okay, Vin.
But yeah, I mean, it's why I felt like he was brought in with fucking like he was brought into NXT, so he was kept to the side and he was still well paid.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, and
I mean, Dusty Rhodes, like, my favorite Dusty Rhodes thing is in TNA, where he's like, where they're just having a board meeting, and Dixie's like, "Okay, we've got a new pay-per-view, Lethal Lockdown," and Dusty goes, as a joke, "You'll be funny, Daddy." And Dixie goes, "What?" "If all the matches were in a steel cage," and then Dixie just sees money, he's like, "Dusty Rhodes, you're fucking.
Why are we doing Lethal Lockdown like this? At least they had a cooler cage.
Yeah, no, but it's just the idea of Dixie just sat in the room, her face turning to Dusty, and it's like, "Dusty," and he's like, "Oh no, I'm getting in trouble." Dusty.
Mate, I'd do a surprised amount of lip service for early 2010s TNA. Like, I'm its biggest fan. Apparently,
it's just like imagining, like, "Dusty, yeah, am I in trouble? You're a fucking genius, wait, what? How did I get out of
it's
this?"
like as long as Bobby Roode's there, I'm there.
Don't worry,
I was here all along.
There from 2002 to like 2016, I want to say.
Maybe not that long. Maybe widen, maybe narrow the scope a little bit more.
To 20.
About 2011 to 2014. How about that? But yeah, Team WWE Legends, like in the previous pay-per-view where you had Roddy Piper and Ric Flair taking on the Spirit Squad, winning the tag team championships. Now it is Team Legends, which is pretty much everyone who we've seen is Ric Flair, Sergeant Slaughter, Dusty Rhodes, and a surprise addition of Ron Simmons.
Yeah, because Piper had surgery, I believe.
I still call him Farouk.
I told Ash
it feels weird to call him Ron.
I told Ash this story, but like Jax, when they had the license and they were making the figures, obviously Farouk's shirt says "damn," but they were like,
"Yeah,
that's a curse word, we can't use that." So they went, so the figure is in the same font, but it says On his shirt, it just says Farouk in all capitals, and I fucking piss myself laughing whenever I see it. It's just like Ron Simmons action figure, Farouk. Like, he forgot his name. Like he's in class with a little sticker above his ditty, like, what's your name? Farouk. Yeah. But
exactly.
This match, I jokingly said to Ash, if Davey Boy Smith was somehow alive, he would have been.
Oh, he'd be there.
He'd be there. We'd somehow get Dynamite Kid in as well. Fuck it, why not? He's not dead yet.
But yeah, it's fuck me. Someone actually took note of all the eliminations, the Mad Bastards. This match went about 10 minutes. Ron Simmons gets counted out. He hits the power slam, which is obviously the big Ron Simmons fucking story. Is like, oh, when he won the WCW championship back in '93. I don't fucking know.
Probably.
I don't know WCW history. And I barely know any wrestling history. I'm shit me. Where is it? Go on.
1993.
When did he win it? Tell me. 92? Yeah, I was close enough. Like, he also did beat Vader, which is a pretty mean feat. So yeah, he gets kicked out. Arn gets kicked out because he batters Nikki, maybe. Well, he batters one of them. No, nobody knows who the fuck the Spirit Squad are, anyways. Sergeant Slaughter puts Nikki in a massive fucking camel clutch. The fuck's his Cobra clutch? There we are. But Johnny hits him with a spinning heel kick and gets the elimination. Nikki immediately gets fucking pounced by Dusty Rhodes with a bionic elbow, and he also takes out. And then Kenny takes out Dusty with a schoolboy, and he hooks his jeans. This leaving Ric Flair by himself. Now he has to face 3 Spirit Squad members.
And this is like when you go to your mother. It's like, can we get Team Authority versus Team Cena? You have it at home. This is the one at home. This is like, I jokingly said to Ash, like how people talk about like Omega versus Ospreay, like cult classics, just throwing fists.
Ric Flair versus Mikey, Kenny, and Johnny. Oh, mama.
You think you're special? You do.
But yeah, Ric Flair rolls up Mikey with his feet on the ropes, puts Kenny in an inside cradle, and then hits the figure 4 on Johnny. So he is the sole survivor. He wins the match for Team Legends, but also gets beat the fuck down. And I just joked, none of these legends are making the fucking running. No one's running down that fucking ramp.
I wanted Aaron to come out and just spinebuster all of them, or Tully, like some of the fucking like 4 horsemen to come out.
Sting comes out and he turns on him. You bastard!
I remember WCW, mate. I remember fucking Sting. And then Sting gets turned on by Ric Flair. Like, yeah. So Sting turns on Ric Flair, but Ric Flair then somehow turns on him.
Yeah.
Don't ask how it works. It's WWE in 06.
This match it's fine. It's a nice little. All the legends get a nice little pop. They all hit the moves. Oh, there we are. Everyone hits the moves. It's all fine. Everyone does their spot. You made a point about like putting legends over superstars, like young talent, but it's also the Spirit Squad, which was my entire point of going.
Yeah, no, I just mean in the sense when you have a new up and coming talent who's like over with the crowd, and then you bring out legends. They beat the shit out.
Yeah, and then I went for the fucking John Cena versus the Nexus, which is obviously the fucking complete example of fuck's sake.
And then I went for the Ascension.
Yeah, I got all Ascension versus the No Age Outlaws and fucking APA.
My dad has.
You also call them the Acolytes for some reason, which is obviously it's their other name, but like APA versus Acolytes. I know which one I'm choosing.
It's like my dad has a few groups when it comes to wrestling, but one of them he always reminds me of is how he just fucking like he's like, "When I tell you what, John Cena pulled some strings at SummerSlam 2010. I fucking tell you what, John, he pulled some fucking strings. I'm not a conspiracy nut, but I'm telling you, son. Don't tell me he didn't go to Vince and went to change the plan, brother. I mean, he's not Hulk Hogan." He goes, "You don't fucking know that, son." I'm like, all right, if you say so, Dad. wanted the Nexus to win so bad. He was a Nexus fan. But yeah,
we're all a Nexus fan.
but I feel it's also, like, it's the Spirit Squad. Like, why are they losing to Dusty Rhodes? If you want to put them over, I know they're funny cheerleaders. Have them just beat the shit out of the Legends. Like, the Legends don't need the win.
I mean, they beat shit out of Ric Flair. They got their Undertaker spot after the match and beat the fuck out of him.
Fair enough. Like,
oh, delicious. So yeah, that was a match. It went 10 minutes 31. The next match is the Blood Feud. It's Chris Benoit versus Chavo Guerrero for the United States title. Fucking one thing that buckled me is because, like, you're just a big Chris Benoit fan.
I am, yeah, I am. I've obviously...
But like every single time Piggy's about to get excited, there's like a voice in the back of his head that's just like, no, you're not allowed to. So don't fucking do it. You're not allowed to say that. Like, just fucking, just like it for fuck's sake. Stop fucking beating yourself for liking the fucking match.
It's just because of that Brian Zane video, where I don't know if you've ever seen it, where he's watching like a Chris Benoit match, but he's like, he hit the cripple across face, and he's marking down, and then like a voice in his head goes, he put that move on his son. And that's like the voice that plays in my head, and I'm like, I can't. I love Benoit, but I can't. Because disclosing everything we know now, Benoit is still one of my favorites. I could. Like, the one I always go to is Angle, Benoit, Rumble 03. And Slater always fights me on it, but Angle and Benoit deserve 5 stars for that match. If we're going by star ratings, they deserve 5 stars for that match. Any Angle Benoit match deserves 5 stars, because those two knew just go out there and have fun. Well, fun in a sense of, I'm gonna out wrestle
and fun you. As in, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Well, it was like, I'm gonna out wrestle an Olympian, and Kurt Angle was like, no, you're fucking not. And then they both wrestled each other somehow. But like, it's weird in hindsight, because I want to like the matches, I want to sing along to the theme, but I'm like, I don't know if I can, because there's always that thing like in the back of your mind where it's like, is it wrong, or are we just looking at it from the context of what year it is? Like, obviously, if I'm doing it as Survivor Series 2007, is it the right time? Probably not.
Definitely fucking not.
Like,
but like, we're so far removed at this point that, like, yes, we all accept that it's horrific, and we're not fucking, you know, he's not gonna be like, oh, he's fucking top 10 best wrestlers of all time. He doesn't get to make those fucking lists.
No, he doesn't.
He made that fucking choice. He doesn't get to be there. But also, if we gotta watch it, may as well enjoy it.
Yeah,
it was okay though. It wasn't a great match. It got 8 minutes. It was decent back and forth enough for Chavo and Eddie, but Chavo and Chris. Like, it was okay. It didn't really get enough time to shine, but obviously Chavo gets beaten with a cripplet crossface, and Chris Benoit retains. Anything else about this match?
I love all the little reversals they do. Because, like, people, obviously, I know why people don't talk about it, but Benoit fucking knew how to, like, try and come up with unique ways to hate his crossface. Like,
yeah,
I understand why he's not talked about, but, like, it's interesting. Because he does it, they do a roll up. I believe Chavo rolls him up or something. And then Benoit smoothly gets out of it, counters it into a crossface, and I go, oh, you dirty bastard. Oh. Like, I've
just remembered this fucking ridiculous story
What?
about some wrestler on AEW Dark back in the day. I was just like, yeah, they clearly don't watch. They clearly don't watch Dark. I've been using all Benoit's moves for the last like 2 years. Fucking wrestlers, man.
My favorite thing is, like,
it's such a stupid but funny line.
Yeah, well, everyone uses Benoit's moves. They're fucking accepted now. But maybe not. But my favorite Benoit thing is not even about Benoit. It's like, the minute he died, like, Vince was like, Sean, use the crossface, Sean. Triple H, use the crossface. Yeah. Use the crossface. It's not associated with Benoit. It's associated with you, Michaels. Use the crossface. And the minute he died, just everyone went, oh wait, he's dead. Crossface time. It's my move. I invented it. But, like, yeah, it's a great, like, if you want to, like an Eddie versus Chris match, you're not getting it. but he is working good with Chavo. Like the one thing, it's like how I'm not comparing.
Shades of Chavo Guerrero versus Blue Demon Jr. on Lucha Underground episode 1 to start off the fucking season of this show. Yeah, 40-year-old Chavo versus ancient Blue Demon.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not comparing the two, but how I compare it is, it's like Shawn Michaels or Kenny Omega or Bryan Danielson. You know, if they're in a bad match, you know they're not the worst opponent in the match. It's the opponent that can't work with them. And I know that might be a weird comparison, but the best thing you can tell with Benoit or Omega or Michaels matches is if they're not gelling well, it's usually because of the opponent, because like, unless they're having a bad day. And like, so it is really like getting to see. But the one thing that did not age well for me was fucking JBL and commentary, because you could hear me go, "Oh no," because like the finish of the match is basically Benoit gets on the Vicky gets on the apron, yells at Benoit, "You stupid fucking cunt, fuck you," and then like Chavo just fucking elbows up Chavo bumps into Chris, which knocks Vicky off the ropes. So after the match, JBL's like, "He laid his hands on a woman. He beat the woman. He laid his hands on the woman." I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Why couldn't we edit this out on the network? Fuck." Maybe not your best idea to keep that footage in, lads.
Yeah, it's not.
But I love,
it's a rough one.
I love this match.
But
I obviously do have inner thoughts where I'm like, kind of, because for people who don't know, I was a Benoit conspiracy now. Like I would watch all the videos where it's like Benoit spotted a TNA Victory Road 2012, and it's just like a weird photoshopped image of where he's photoshopped in. It's like when your mate says, "I seen an alien," and then you just look at an image. It's like Las Vegas, and then there's an awkwardly shaped alien just photoshopped in. And I used to believe that Benoit was innocent and all that crap. You can probably find it. And like my dad, I remember going, "Oh yeah, Benoit's innocent, Dad." My dad would look at me with a straight face and goes, "I'm not saying you're fucking stupid, but he did do it, son." I'm like, "No, but Kevin Sullivan did it." And he'd be like, "You're a fucking idiot. He did do it."
Yes.
And it took me years to realise, but you could probably find all those old clips where I'm like, "I just don't understand Benoit like I do." But obviously, like in hindsight, I'm like, "Yeah, he is a killer. I know he is." But it's just funny looking at my past self. It's like, but no, he's innocent. He's innocent, guys. He's alive.
It's like get some fucking perspective.
It's like,
but I feel like everybody was captivated by all the Benoit theories for a while. I feel like everybody watched that like WrestleLamia series of Chris Benoit videos and went, bloody hell, they make a good point here.
Is Benoit like? It's not. I don't want to say it's a golden age of YouTube, but it is like you can tell it's the early like mid 2000s, early 2010s, because they're doing the top 10 reasons why Chris Benoit was innocent. Number 10, he was not in the house. He was actually making a barbecue. And it's like, okay.
But yeah, let's rapidly move on forward. It was a decent enough match. Yeah. Next up, we have Mickie James versus Lita. This is Lita's retirement match. And honestly, this match was absolutely fucking banging. At 8 minutes, they went fully fucking like they went full hog. It was just pretty good. Honestly, it was nice counters. It was nice like learning how to counter. Lita hit a fucking incredible moonsault. And yeah, Mickie James takes the win. She kicks out the moonsault, which like, holy shit, and then she goes for a like DDT. I'll call it the fucking Gargano DDT. It's the RVD DDT where you're all on the ropes and then you like fucking like plant down. But Mickie James countered it. She hit a really good chick kick, is that what they call it?
Yeah, the Mick kick or the chick kick.
But yeah, hit her with the Mickey DDT and won the Women's Championship in 8 minutes 18.
I just want to give a bit of context behind this match. So Edge and Lita like cut a promo, and in the background, like Lita leaves, and then in the background you see like Chad Gasper and JTG walking like they fucking shit themselves, or like they're in a Scooby Doo fucking cartoon. Just
they're comedically creeping in.
Yeah, and
what's your description, mate? They're walking like they shit themselves. Who's sneaking to the bathroom?
Well, like,
I need a poo. Like, fuck that shit. Fucking let me through that fucking door. I gotta lay some fucking dirt.
But yeah, they sneak in. They steal all of Lita's clothes. like her underwear, or I'll say it here, and if it's upset people, I'm sorry. Her knickers, her bra, are like
No one cares, mate. No one's getting angry at that. Come on.
her knickers, her bras, her dildos, like her little vibrating toy. It's like that one clip where people had a theory. Did you ever see the clip where Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase vibrated?
Yeah.
And then people went, he has a vibrator in that. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. And it's like, yeah, he does. He had a vibrator in there. Like, all right, fair enough.
Very hetero Seth Rollins.
I mean, we've all seen them fucking ships of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose on fanart.com.
DeviantArt.
Oh,
Fanart.com.
Don't bring me back. Don't bring me back to the fucking you ship Seth Ambrose. Oh.
No. But yeah, it was a decent match. I did really enjoy it. It got me into it. I was invested. Decent near falls. It was a genuinely like for it to be your retirement match. You've got below 10 minutes. They knocked it out the fucking park. It's not one to be embarrassed about. But what is to be embarrassed about is Crime Time have a wholesale. It's like a wholesale, but funny because she's a slag. It's great. And like the one thing that really I get that it's too. I know we've said this about 2 million times, but it's 2006, and yes, attitudes towards women weren't nearly as far. Still not that great now, but in comparison, like woman, sexy. There we are. That's it. That's all the conversation about the women. Fucking the amount of like she's having a retirement match, and like all the commentators are doing are like, oh, I heard she's a slut. Guys,
can you do the JR comment that he made to Jim or to Jerry Lauder?
I don't which fucking one? There's about 73.
The prom one.
I don't know. It was some. I don't remember it.
Where it was like her hands tied, her legs tied, just like your prom day king. Some shit like that. But yeah,
it's like the way I described it is it would be like if let's say Edge's last match and all they talk about is like Edge being in shit shape or something. It's like fucking do you wanna have some perspective here, lads? This is the last wrestling match ever. Obviously not now, but still, it's not like she's wrestled that much ever since.
Yeah, it's like when Mickey James put a bit of weight and then they went, haha, Piggy James. Isn't that funny? Because she's fat and it's like, she's one of your top workers, lad. Like, I understand making fun of the challenge. Like, obviously, my favourite one is...
Oh, that's what it was.
What?
She had this, like, she had something called the Lucha Girls, which I now have learned is her band.
Oh.
Yeah, it's her punk band.
Is it still going or is it over?
It's been, like, fucking... It was still known in 2013, but that's the last record of it. I highly doubt it's still going.
Yeah.
Most bands don't make it that far.
Yeah, what would you rather listen to? Lita's band, Jeff Hardy's band, or Chris Jericho's band? Let's be honest, lads. But like it's like any how I describe it. It's like if Roger Strong, because obviously not everyone knows the famous rumor that Roger Strong is hung like a fucking donkey or a horse. Did you ever see that picture of like after his honeymoon with his wife? His wife's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I told you about it.
Yeah,
little bastard.
So,
that's
like,
my story.
So, like,
I started the rumor.
I
didn't.
It'd be like if Jim Ross, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur when Roger Strong's retiring, going, he's a huge cock. He slept with so many women. Massive cock, huge cock, small cock, tiny cock, and it's like he's retiring. He's one of your best wrestlers you have, and it's like he's a fucking cunt. We don't like him. I remember back in 2006, I put my hand up to him, and he spat at me, and then he fucking flipped me off. Fuck you, Roderick Strong. It's like
it's like
talent. Like I understand.
At this time, she is one of the most. Even now, she's still one of the more legendary fucking women's wrestlers who, allowed it to progress. You don't really count like the fucking Tori Wilsons or like the fucking Stacy Keeblers, but you do count. Well, the one I count doesn't really count, but you count the fucking Victoria or Tara. You count fucking Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. You count fucking Lita and Trish as well, and Mickey for actually spearheading this not very fucking high point in the in the fucking women's like wrestling scene.
And
Like
basically they're just shitting on Lita.
they sell off a bunch of embarrassing shit. It's like, have some pants. Haha, JBL. Yeah, I only have $100. I'll give you change. Haha. Pants are thrown away. Sound.
They also said,
here's a dildo. Ha ha ha. Funny. Look, it's shaking. Wow. Wee.
they talk about some yeast infection tablets. I think it's yeast.
Yeah.
And they're like, and it's like, oh yeah, your pussy's infected. Ha ha ha. And it's like, okay. And then like when they were selling the panties off to like JBL, they're like, oh, this smells fucking rotten, mate. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking smells horrible. It's like, how I also would put it, it's like John Cena wrestling his last match, and then they're like, John Cena's just always been a cunt. He's just always been a cunt. Like,
yeah, it's not the time to do it now.
He's never cared about
the only thing that made me laugh is they then obviously sell everything. They say, and it's the final thing. It's Lita's box. Fuck's sake. And some dickhead bought it.
You reckon he got it signed by them?
No. Like, it's just someone bought a fucking box. I just wasn't expecting, I don't know, the boxes are kind of a fucking never really hear it used in the context, so it actually buckled me. But all in all, it's a very embarrassing exit. Like you compare it to Trish's exit, and it's like, well, tell me who you fucking respected. And like, as far as everyone kind of thinks about it, it's pretty much Vince was a bit angry that they didn't actually want to do the live sex celebration. How fucking dare you not want to do that? We're gonna film you naked. Like, but no one wants to do it. The wrestlers, not fucking porn stars, for fuck's sake. Like, what's wrong with you? And like coercing them to fucking do this, but it's fine. It's fine. Fuck off. Terrible. What a tyrant. But yeah, but the match was very good, and it's going to be interesting to see how it progresses and who Mickie James now faces now that Trish and Lita are gone. Probably no one, really. Nah, she's not there yet.
Kelly, fucking get that in, girl.
Next up is Team DX, that being Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and our boy, our Extreme Championship Wrestling star, Mr. CM Punk. He's moving so hard his camera's out of focus. There we are.
Fucking thing.
And this is against Team Rated RKO, being Edge, Randy Orton, Johnny Nitro, Mike Knox, and Gregory Helms. Now let me say, I popped unreasonably loud when Mike Knox came out with his shit theme. Like, I was like, oh, he's fucking here! Because look, just like most people tend to view this WWE ECW, you just act like it don't exist. I tend to imagine that this is how WWE treated ECW at this time. Like, yeah, Big Show will be on it. Yeah, anyone else? Sabu, I guess. RVD.
Sandman.
But it's a fun. It's a pretty enjoyable Survivor Series 5v5. You have the little fun like pre-match segment where they're all like gesturing to the crowd. What does Punk say? Punk has to say, "Are you ready?" And
because, I think that was an audible because I think Triple H was originally just going to do that. Are you ready? But Punk was so over Triple H and for fuck's sake, come here, you scumbag. Because apparently, like, people didn't like Punk because he was different and unique.
I mean, he's from the Indies, so
yeah. And then basically he puts his shoulder on Punk and he's like, "I'm here with my best friend CM Punk, and he's got something to say to you." And then he's in the mic and goes, "Are you ready?" And then basically they do the.
Break it down. Do you
want to do it together?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the?
No. I just still laugh at a bunch of fucking DX made a bunch of kids just say "suck it." They don't even know what "suck it" means. They don't even know what it means. Fucking dickheads. But this match was pretty good. The first elimination comes as Triple H gets a bit horny around Kelly.
Wanted a flag.
And Mike Knox gets a bit angry. Shawn Michaels sweet chin music's him in the face, and in about 40 seconds, Mike Knox is eliminated.
10.
So fucking, and then they're like, "Who the fuck is Mike Knox, man? Who the fuck is he?"
Was he in the match, guys? Was he was in the match, right? Like they're taking the piss. Like he was in the match. Like no one cares about Mike Knox. No one. You have a pay-per-view coming up next week on ECW. You're burying your talent.
Yeah, but will Mike Knox even be on the card though?
No. But you know what I mean. You want to put ECW.
Yeah. Obviously, you want to bring him up rather than like hitting down.
Like,
I accept it.
Like how I described this, like when AEW started in 2019, and Vince went, "So it's the Survivor Series. We're having NXT. Whoa!" It'd be like if they did the NXT pay-per-view afterwards, but all the talent on the show that NXT was on, like on the Survivor Series, they all lost. And it's like, and tune into...
No one cares anymore, yeah.
It's like, tune into NXT December to this member, and it's like, Adam Cole, your champion, lost. Fucking Keith Lee. I'm still pissed that Walter lost to Randy Orton in 2 minutes. Still pisses me off.
I mean, to be fair, that match was about building up Keith Lee, so...
Yeah, and then Vince
and it fucking nailed it, like...
Yeah, and then Vince went, "You're fat, put a tank top on."
Yeah, but he did have that really good North American and NXT title run.
Yeah.
Until Karrion Kross came around, and well, I don't know why. I think Karrion Kross is Triple H's like OC. He's his like own character. Like it's your original character rather. Like Karrion, you're like me. Yeah, and that's how I view it. But anyways,
I just side note. I fucking love like I like to imagine like Vince and Triple H obviously sitting there, discussing, because he's running. Let's just say he's running NXT at the time. So they're obviously discussing who am I bringing up, who am I not bringing up, and like it's like okay. So Triple H is like, so Karrion Kross, brilliant worker, reminds me of me. I see a lot of him, and then Vince just sat there. He looks slightly to the left, sees a mask. He's like, oh yeah, Vince. You know that mask there, yeah? Yeah, what about it? We put it on Karrion, and he's like, "Well, Vince, he's my NXT champion. Like, I'm building him up. Yeah, but that mask looks really good on him. It better looks really good on him." And I was like, "But he's my world champion. But that mask, bro." That's like a fuck.
I mean, then again, even now they don't really know what to do with him, and he's still garbage. So I don't know, like what dirt he has on someone. Is everybody just too shy to ask Scarlett to take a picture with him? that's the only reason I fucking see. So, hi Scarlett, hello. What? Hi. Grow up. Karrion Kross is shit.
The other one I've heard is that Adam Cole, like they wanted when they were bringing Adam Cole to the main roster. Well, they apparently wanted Adam Cole to shave his head, and it's just going to cause him like Mr. Small or something. He was going to be like Keith Lee's manager. They didn't even see him as a wrestler. They just saw him as a fucking manager who couldn't wrestle, who was tiny. And I was like,
I mean, he's got a physique of a manager. There we are. That's the trolls and me sometimes if I'm feeling mean.
Yeah, look at the Bianca Belair. She's fucking jacked. Look at Adam Cole, the fat bastard. And it's like, Jesus Christ, calm down. You're gonna body shame someone where you sit in your basement and dwell and talk about wrestling. Talk about physiques in wrestling. Fuck off.
You need to update the basement line. It's so fucking tired. Pick some other place. Basement shit. People saying basement 30 years ago. Update the fucking line.
No.
Yeah. Fucking update it, you little bastard.
I'm not updating it.
Come on.
I'm keeping it original. You update
Not a... I don't fucking say people live in their basements. Say they're cretins or mentally ill. We are not the same.
No, because if you say they're mentally ill, then they'll just think they're gay. Because that's what all the Christian fans think they are. Not Christian Cage. They are the Christian Catholic fans. Like, we shouldn't be celebrating Pride Month. Mentally ill month, more like it. Ha ha ha. Very funny, Jerry. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to give you some humble advice, and you throw that in there. It's made it even worse. It's all gone to shit. How long's this fucking show so far?
45 minutes.
Fucking hell. Can we stop fucking talking about nonsense and get through it? It's 28 degrees.
No.
Fucking...
Open your window.
Yeah, the fucking windows are all open.
You're in a tank top. I'm in a fucking full-on shirt here.
Yeah, well, who's fucking glowing? It's me.
It's me.
You can see the sweat on my forehead. But yeah, this match is basically a Team DX absolutely shags team rated RKO. Punk batters Nitro with the Anaconda Vice. We obviously get the famous like Shawn like dives out the ring, puts his arm around Melina. They both get scared. Haha, it's funny, but it's fine. It's just been overused at this point. Yeah, so Punk eliminates Johnny Nitro. Matt Hardy eliminates Gregory Helms after the Twist of Fate and the Swanton Bomb. They get a lot of their offense in, and everybody kind of does a bit of the Jeff and Hardy offense. Edge gets Sweet Chin Musicked, and Randy gets fucking Sweet Chin Musicked into a pedigree. As the whole of Team DX survive, it's a pretty good match. It's a nice performance from everyone, really. Like I said, it's you could tell that they generally knew that Punk is on the way up. It's just whether everyone but Vince, everyone noticed, everyone liked that but Vince. Like playing a fucking Telltale game. Everyone liked that but Vince. Fuck, Vince hated it.
I love how Vince never liked Punk. I love how Vince is like, oh yeah, you can main event WrestleMania, but can you fight Brock Lesnar, please? What, Vince? Yeah, can you fight Brock? You will main event WrestleMania, I promise. I was like, okay, WrestleMania 30's coming on my main eventing. So you are fighting Triple H. Okay, I'm quitting. Like, I love
this.
The fact I found out was for WWE 13, they wanted Sheamus to be on the cover, but THQ were like, you put CM Punk on the cover, it will sell. And they're like, Vince was basically like, Sheamus though, it's just Sheamus. Come on, how can you hate Sheamus? And it's like, you need CM Punk, he will sell. Because obviously they're doing the whole Attitude Era. So you have CM Punk represent the modern era, and Stone Cold represent the Attitude Era. But it's like, Sheamus, yeah. And it's like, imagine the fucking sit-down promo that was between Punk and Austin. Instead it's with Sheamus and fucking Austin. How's it going, fella? Is it fucking going grand? I'll fucking batter you, mate. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, that sounds like shit. But yeah, it's nice to see Punk get a big pay-per-view debut. And he is destined for great things, even if it does take a while to actually get there. But as much as we spent most of the show complaining about the stars who they were gonna push that they never did, like the MVPs, like the Ken Kennedys, but CM Punk does eventually get that fucking slot, so I can't complain that much. Like they actually listened on this one. So and obviously it's a great fucking, you get to be with Triple H and Shawn as well, who they'll make anyone interested at this point. You can just call by proxy, unless you're Mike Knox, who got fucking wrecked. Like, my excitement when he came, I was like, oh, he's fucking in it, yeah, his shit theme's going. Oh, he's gone. Oh. Well, back we go again. Alright, but next up, anything else about this match?
It was just a good match. Recommend it.
It was a good match. I missed about 4 minutes of it. It went 11 minutes 30. Yeah, fair enough. Next up, we have the First Blood match versus Ken Kennedy against The Undertaker. This match, we ended up accidentally spoiling ourselves on the finish by figuring out, like, yeah, wouldn't it be really good if Mr. Kennedy beat Undertaker in a First Blood match, but do it not clean? And obviously the finish is MVP trying to screw over Kennedy, but then he absolutely cunts Taker on the head with the chair, and he bleeds, and then Kennedy just starts fucking fuck you, and wrecks him, and then Mr. Kennedy gets the victory in a first blood match against the Undertaker. It's a big fucking scalp.
I mean, right, I know the referee was trying to stop MVP, but even if he saw MVP accidentally hit the Undertaker, you can't really disqualify him, because you can't be like, and your winner, Undertaker, but he's bleeding. Like, it doesn't work. Anyway, I digress. That's the only bit I did not like. I liked this match. I always joke to ask, like,
it's also like, I like. There's no way DQ. Like, of course, there's no DQ in a first blood match. That feels wrong.
Yeah, and how, like, I display, like, I always joke to ask. I always remember, like, 2006, maybe 07, roughly 08. Those 3 years, there was a DVD release of the greatest hits of the Undertaker. So that's like stuff from his 90s and early 2000s. But it's so funny because they have a Mr. Kennedy match on it, and I'm like, so you have like Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Mankind, Kane, Mr. Kennedy, MVP. And it's like, yeah, okay. But obviously, I found out this is the match where this spot happens, where Taker fucking goes, "Welcome to the business, son," grabs the chair, and Ash accidentally showed me a secret to wrestling. They kind of like bent the chair a little bit so it wouldn't hurt as much. But Taker fucking grabs the chair, and I mean absolutely constant. I mean absolutely fucking constant.
Yeah, like swings up. It's so loud. The shot. I will say it didn't look like he was too hurt. Like, you know, if you look at if you take the fucking Eddie one in comparison,
or the
like,
Benoit one at the Rumble.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, more so the Eddie one, because Eddie's just like fucking pissing out blood, and like you can just see it all just collecting. But yeah, so Kennedy got the win, but it's Undertaker losing, and even though he lost dirty, he didn't lose clean. He still has to get his heat, and he fucking like pummels him for like 5 more minutes. I don't understand why. Obviously, it's like, oh, you don't want to make the Undertaker mad. It's like, yeah, but you didn't need to just pummel him for like 5 more minutes. You could have just smacked him a bit more. Like, just do the chair. That's enough. You've absolutely creamed the fuck out of him. Like, why are you then pummeling him for 5 minutes? I get that there's a third match on the way, but
it's how I describe it is like if Nexus went over Cena at SummerSlam 2010, but then Team Cena beat down Team Nexus for no reason. Like, I understand, yeah, creaming with the chair, obviously you can keep that, but Mr. Kennedy should have literally stood over Undertaker and went, "You're winner of this match," and vanquishing the dead man, Mr. Kennedy.
Like, it's just let him have the win.
Yeah, because beating the Undertaker, especially at this time, is like winning a world title, because he's been 16 years in WWE at that time, and he's just proven that he is fucking, like, he's a great worker. Like, you go to him and go, "I think you should work with this guy," and they're like, "Fair enough, you gonna pay me extra?" "Yeah, sure, I will." Like, because the amount of shit he was saddled with, like Giant Gonzalez, fucking Mr. Hughes, IRS, I believe, at some point, the $1 Million Man, and then MVP, Mr. Kennedy, Kozlov, Great Ali. It's like, oh no, Taker, no, I can't take her.
Yeah, it's really bizarre how just sometimes it's like, oh, all right, you're not gonna lose to this guy who you are actually trying to build. Kozlov, though, fucking hell, all right.
It is like, it is funny in hindsight, because it's like Mr. Kennedy can't get a clean win, but fucking Kozlov can. Fucking Kozlov. Like, I understand people go, but Mr.
I love Kozlov, but he doesn't deserve to beat Taker clean. Like, nor Carly either.
And it's like, but it's like, but Mr. Kennedy's not that good. It's like, yeah, but he could have been a world champion. He was.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. He wasn't good in the ring, but you don't need it.
I mean, he was Cena and Batista. Spoiler, are your world champions. just because they got good eventually. Well, I mean, Batista never really got that good, let's be honest. But, like, you know, never really. It's just, yeah. Like, work rate doesn't decide how over you are at this stage in wrestling. Obviously, you know, you have your little favorites. You can get excited about seeing CM Punk, but, like, is he winning the world title? Not yet. But, like, you know, he still wrestles a WWE style. He's a little bit flashier. He's got a different, like, style to his game. But yeah, it's one of those weird things where there were these wrestlers, and obviously MVP interfered, and we had the conversation, like, MVP and fucking Kennedy never actually got raised to that level, but they probably should have fucking been. Like, especially in this fucking lull, the world title is Batista and King Booker. Like, you're telling me fucking Ken Kennedy can't fucking beat Booker T in 2006. Booker T's great. Fucking legend. Not in this run. Like, JBL, long reign. Fucking hell. Just, come on. You could have given someone else a chance. And now their fucking method. We're just going to bring back these guys like 15 years on. And they're still going to do nothing unless you're Drew or Bobby. But, yeah.
Or Carlito, because he's in Judgment Day, and his one thing to say in Judgment Day is whenever Liv does something saucy for Dominic, he just goes, "That's good." That's literally all.
Classic.
That's all he does in the fucking Judgment Day, from what I've seen. Like, he just, like, Liv sent a saucy picture to Dominic on Raw recently, and Carlito looks at the picture. Well, he shows they show the picture to them, but we don't see the picture. He just looks at the picture and then obviously deadpans to the camera and goes, "That's cool." That's literally all he did. And I'm like, you brought him back just so he can be one liner going, "That's cool." Although we all know our favourite fucking, the best Carlito moment is the one where he's looking at like,
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar.
But yeah, so Kennedy gets the win over The Undertaker, but like we said, I'm pretty sure it takes place again at Armageddon.
Yeah.
Anyways, and Taker's obviously gonna fucking win that one, isn't he? Like, but he did get the victory, and we're not watching the SmackDown because there's not enough fucking time in the world to go through it. But I just imagine Kennedy talking about how he beat The Undertaker at Survivor Series. Like, you know, that's some great fucking material for him to just hammer into the fucking ground. Like, I'd do it like how when Paul Heyman, when he was managing Cesaro, when he had to be like, "And my client is 31-1, and he was the one to beat the streak," and he said this every fucking week because he had to, because they're like, people are gonna forget that Brock beat the streak. It's like, yeah, of course they're not. Of course they're fucking not. You fucking lunatics.
I'd love to look at the Mr. Kennedy. Like, did he actually do it? But I'm just thinking, like, I'm comparing this to Orton versus Taker. I know you're comparing like apples and fucking sour apples there, but it's like Orton got the win over him eventually, like into the Hell in a Cell match. Why can't you just do the same for Kennedy? Why can't you just give him the win in a Hell in a Cell match, and then that's the end of the feud? Kennedy goes, like, yes, I understand Undertaker in 2 months' time, spoiler by the way, is winning the Rumble, but he's Undertaker. You don't need to build him up. He's the fucking Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like, your gran walks into the living room, sees fucking Chavo Guerrero. Is she gonna be like, "Oh, that's Chavo"? No, she's gonna be like, "Who the fuck's that?" She sees the Undertaker come out. Is she gonna be like, "Who's that?" No, she's gonna go, "That's the fucking Undertaker." You know what I mean? For casual fans, it doesn't matter if he's lost 5 times to Mr. Kennedy.
The legacy withstands regardless.
Yeah, if he beats Batista at WrestleMania,
like unless he genuinely just gets bounced for like 10 years straight, then obviously no one cares. But like, it's the Undertaker. That's never happening. But yeah, I think that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Team Cena defeating Team Big Show. I didn't mean to spoil the result, but let's be honest, who's fucking surprised? Team Cena is Cena, Kane, Bobby Lashley, Sabu, and RVD. And they're taking on Big Show, Test, MVP, Finlay, and Umaga. this was the Phil match. This was the fuck this. We need to chill off the crowd before we get a very big, nice finale to the show. Umaga eliminates himself by hitting everybody with a fucking TV monitor. John Cena and Bobby Lashley are the last ones in, and they team up to defeat the Big Show, and they hug a lot, and it's weird. Yeah, much to say about this match?
No, time for the main event.
Yeah, this one was the fucking like, all right, we've had our fun now. Come on, we just end it, please.
We just ended up talking about we just talked about a few things. Like we just started talking about like what's a better band, Proctor by Jen or like Fozzy, like in terms of wrestler bands, and we both agreed that it's Proctor by Jen. Until we hear fucking "Should this in my mind, I'm becoming" at fucking Wembley, when Ash suddenly sees the sky open up and he looks up to God and goes, "Please save me, God," and thunder strikes Jericho. Hopefully.
Please.
Or just
but yeah,
tweet something stupid like, in this household we say gay, we say R word, and we say N word. Fucking stupid bitch.
Batista versus King Booker had the last chance match for Batista to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The build is that he had to relinquish the belt, and Booker won it as a result. Well, he then won it, and then has had his little reign. Not really had the most interesting reign. He's beat Ray. He beat like Finlay and a bunch of fucking shitters.
Finlay, Batista, and I don't know the other two.
But obviously now it's the last chance, and Teddy Long makes it a stipulation. If you get disqualified or counted out, basically the champion's advantage doesn't exist. If you lose in any way, Batista wins. And by setting up the stipulation, they then don't have it win clean, but they have Batista win nonetheless, as he hits him with the World Heavyweight title when the ref is distracted with Sharmell, and that then allowing Batista to win the World Heavyweight Championship and, get the nice little feel-good story at the end of the show. Much to say about this match?
It was an alright match. I just tuned out by the end of it. I loved this show, though. But
this show was very good.
Yes.
But this match was, like I said, you could have cut off the Big Show versus Cena match, but obviously that's where you want to get all the ECW guys in.
For December to Dismember.
So, yes, it was a good show, and it was probably my favourite show of the year. We watched a decent chunk of the shows so far.
You're not ready for Armageddon in December to Dismember.
But it's definitely, my favourite. It was a lot easier to get through from every other show, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with that, we're in a heat wave, so we're just gonna do an outro now. And you like the show?
Yeah. Sorry, I was the brains tuned out. Yeah, it was like I said, it was a good show. It's a nice one. Basically, if this is the show that ended the year, I'd be much happier. But we now have to do December to Dismember, a couple more ECWs, and Armageddon, which ultimately, yeah. But I mean, hey, it was enjoyable enough. It's the only show this year so far I'd actually recommend you watch the show, because it is actually very good. And if you are a bit disenfranchised with the Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination matches, which I was for a long period of time, since we've not seen it in a few years, it is actually it's a welcome change, in my opinion. So yeah, it was a decent show. It's nice for things to progress. And all in all, that is our thoughts of Survivor Series 2006. Did you like it? Did you not? Tell us in the comment section. And whilst you're there, leave a like and a subscribe on One More Match. But with all that said, thank you for watching. Make sure to join us in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.